This is Bob Ranquist with an update on the golf course renovation work at Boca Rio. We would like to start by giving you a video tour of the first few holes that have been planted with Bermuda grass. This is the 12th hole from tee to green. The tee was sprigged with Tifgran Bermuda grass 2 weeks ago, and the sprigs are just beginning to green up and new plants are emerging from the soil. The fairway and rough were planted 4.5 weeks ago with latitude 36 Bermuda grass. As you can see, the turf is covering about 75% of the fairway. You can also see that the Tif Eagle Bermuda grass on the green is about 90% grown in. The 13th fairway was planted 1 day before the 12th hole. We began mowing the new fairway and rough turf on these 2 holes 2.5 weeks ago. 7 greens were planted 6 weeks ago, and all are approximately 90% covered with new turf. The fairway and rough on the 11th hole was planted 3.5 weeks ago. The establishment and growth of the latitude turf is 1 week behind that of the 12th and 13th holes. The tee at number 11 has not been planted yet. The first half of the 14th hole and the right side of the 14th hole were also planted 3.5 weeks ago at the same time as number 11. The left side of the 14th hole and the area in front of the green were planted 1 week later, or 2.5 weeks ago. By comparing the right and left-hand sides of the fairway, you can clearly see the progress in turf coverage as a result of 1 additional week of establishment and growth of the latitude sprigs. The fairway and rough on the 7th hole was planted on the same day as the left side of the 14th hole. We applied fertilizer and a pre-emergent herbicide to both these holes for the first time this week. Again, this is 2.5 weeks after planting. The fairway and rough on the 8th hole were planted on Sunday and Monday of this week, so the latitude Bermuda grass sprigs have been in the ground for 5 or 6 days. They will look like the 7th hole by this time next weekend. Installation of the new irrigation system was completed on hole number 1 this week, and work will begin on holes number 18 and number 10 next week. The remaining 6 greens to be planted at holes number 1, 2, 3, 9, 18, and the new practice putting green are ready to be sprigged with Tif Eagle Bermuda grass next Tuesday. A 4-foot wide collar of Tifgran Bermuda grass was sodded around these greens on Saturday of this week. Sodding of latitude 36 Bermuda grass was completed around greens and greenside bunkers on holes number 4, 5, 6, and 17 this week. Fairway bunker slopes at holes number 4, 5, and 6 were also sodded this week. Construction of the new practice putting green adjacent to the cart staging area was completed this week. The new green has a total of 8,500 square feet of putting surface, more than doubling the 3,900 square foot size of the old practice putting green. Heavy construction on the golf course should be completed in another week and a half. We will then turn our full attention to planting and growing in new grass and adding new sand to the bunkers. If the weather continues to cooperate, we are still projecting an opening date around the 1st of November.